Coaches vs. Cancer invites you to join us as we celebrate 3 lives touched by cancer, 2 prominent men gone too soon, and a young survivor with a bright future. Chad Cohenour was born in Kentucky. He met the love of his life, Ginny, while at college in Illinois, and their work in pharmacy brought them to Alabama. He had a significant impact on pharmacy in Alabama and Shoals area civic affairs, but before choosing pharmacy, Chad wanted to be a rock and roll drummer.
When it became evident that we were involved in a relationship, and he said, I can't decide if I should pursue my love of music or if I should go into pharmacy, which had been something he'd been thinking about. His grandfather on his mother's side was a pharmacist in Oklahoma. And I said, gee, I think pharmacy sounds good.
Chad has been instrumental in the profession of pharmacy in a multitude of ways. He has worked with the students in a mentorship role and has done that for over 20 years and has instilled in numerous students a love for pharmacy and a passion where he helps them understand that it's not just about dispensing medications, it's about the patient as well.
Civically, he was always giving back to the community, and the community loved him. The people that shopped in his store absolutely loved to go in there because of Chad, and because of what he meant to the local area.
Chad has been very instrumental in the leadership role with his local pharmacy association, the Northwest Alabama Pharmacy Association. He has led that as president for over 8 years prior to his passing and has done a great job in bringing that group of professionals together on a local level to push pharmacy forward.
He got involved with lots of Rotarian projects, helped us build a house, Habitat for Humanity house with Rotary. He also was very supportive of the new program Shoals Scholar Dollars, which helps to educate all of the high school graduates of the Shoals area, the 17 area high schools, to get them a 2-year college education.
He was just a joy to be around because he never wanted the focus to be on himself. He always put the focus on everybody else and making everyone feel at home and feel welcome and feel entertained.
Chad had a big heart. No matter what you asked him to do, he'd always be there.
Chad and his wife Jenny have 3 beautiful daughters, and 2 of which followed in his footsteps as pharmacists and show the promise of being future leaders of the pharmacy profession because of the example that Chad showed throughout his career as a pharmacist. And I think that he inspired them to want to give back as well.
I am Frances Cohenour. On behalf of myself and my family, I would like to thank the American Cancer Society for honoring Chad and allowing us to share his story. Something that is so important is prevention and early detection, so talk to your physician about cancer screenings. Lastly, I'd like to thank you for supporting the American Cancer Society. With your donations, we can provide hope, we can find a cure, and we can have more birthdays.
John Bunyan Cole grew up on the family farm in Killen. His barbecue is enjoyed by people across the Shoals area. He was a hard-working man with a big heart who always had a kind word of inspiration for the people in his life.
I think by growing up like my husband and him, I think it helped to make better people out of them. For see, the daddy was sick and crippled, and they had to take care of the farmland and everything like that.
He believed in hard work. He believed in being a self-starter. He believed in that you picked your bucket up and you worked, for what you wanted. You set your eyes on it and you went for it.
Everybody comes into town knows Bunyan's barbecue. They come to eat barbecue from all over the United States. When they come to town, they come to eat his barbecue. Musicians, dignitaries, they all say, I got to go to Bunyan's barbecue. I got to go over there. So they all came over to see him. Now, he was hard to catch up with because he stayed so busy, but if he had time, he'd sit and talk to you.
He worked hard. Now at night, it didn't make any difference. He worked at night just like he did in the daytime. 12 o'clock, catch him working at the pit.
Mr. Cole was a type person that everyone would stop and listen to him when he had something to say. Mr. Cole was an easygoing man. Mr. Cole would help anyone that needed help, old and young, female or male, rich or poor. Mr. Cole would help anyone.
What made him stand out to me, and I'm sure to others, was the quiet wisdom that I always like to say. If you talk with him just a little bit, you found out that he was a smart individual. You found out that he had a genuine concern for other people, genuine concern for the community.
He didn't think just for himself. He wanted the best for others.
If he'd never had the barbecue pit, he'd probably been doing something else in politics or religion. I think he would be.
I could sit here and just name you a list of 10, 20, 30 people that I know personally, small businesses now in the Northwest Alabama area, that he helped through mentorship, through advising, through talking to them, because Mainstream is a grassroots organization, and not only was he a board member, he was a worker.
And they set up a fund for needy children to go to college, he and his wife. And I think it was $60,000 fund.
Nobody can fill John Cole's shoes, but we sure can try to pattern after some of the civic and community contributions that he made to this whole Northwest Alabama area.
My name is C.J. Jones. I'm the grandson of John Bunyan Cole. I'm speaking on behalf of his other grandchildren, Simone, Paige, and Jocelyn. We would like to thank you for your support to the American Cancer Society. Thank you.
John Ritter had a happy childhood and he was enjoying a career in education when tragedy struck. Following successful treatment for his cancer, his life got back on track, allowing him to get married and continue working as a coach.
My dad was my high school football coach, and I grew up in the field house and grew up on the field, and it was only a logical choice that this would be my profession too.
Anytime a son follows in his father's footsteps, I think it's an extra bit of pride. And we're pretty close anyway, but we're even closer because we have that in common.
Really enjoy being able to work with kids, 7 through 12, and I teach U.S. history. I'm a big U.S. history guy and love teaching it, and so coaching is really the only thing that I've ever known.
For a parent, the scariest thing in the world is for your child to be sick, especially when you hear cancer, and we were really devastated.
We had a couple procedures that told us that it wasn't a hernia and it wasn't just a swollen lymph node, that it was Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Your first reaction is why my child? Why is it me?
He called me and just thought, it was nothing. And then when he told me it was cancer, it kind of took a while to sink in, to really understand, wow, that's what it is. And it was kind of really hard to wrap my head around.
Mom and Dad and Daniel were there really through the whole process, and my parents would take me to treatment, and then Daniel would take me to get the shot.
I was happy to be around, that time, just to be there for him, because he doesn't understand how much it meant to me to be able to be there.
Over the last 5 years, we've gone from being as low as you can be to as happy as you can be. So it has really been a roller coaster ride, I guess. We feel blessed that John he's cancer free, and his life is going well. We're really proud of him. He's a good person.
It was really an opportunity for me to practice what I preach every day in football, and that's pushing through adversity and doing what you're supposed to do even when it's tough and hard. And I think all that and that time in my life led to bigger and better things. I was able to make a full recovery, able to be a head coach at a young age, and things started falling into place. And I met Lauren through a 7th grade student of mine.
Hello, my name is John Ritter, and I'm very excited to be a part of such a fantastic event. In such a short time, the American Cancer Society has already played such a huge role in my life as the wife of a true survivor. It has been your support that has given families like mine the hope and encouragement through such a difficult time. On behalf of myself and all of those affected by cancer, we thank you for your continued support of the American Cancer Society. It has and does make a difference.
Your support of the American Cancer Society helps today's patients and helps find tomorrow's cures. Thank you for making a difference in the fight against cancer.